What up? What up? What up? Yeah. Mentality Mondays, y'all. What's good? What's your mental like today, man? We about to get it popping, man. Before we start, just want everybody to drop what city, what state, your name, where you're repping from. You're coming in from your house, your place of business, your car, your basement, your garage. I don't give a fuck, man. Wherever you're coming in from, man, just no judgment here. Just chime in, man. Let me know what's good. Hope everybody enjoyed the weekend and everybody's ready to get it popping, y'all. It's Monday, man. People start dreading Mondays, and man, Monday's the day you gotta look forward to, man. That starts the week. That's where you start really going out there and creating impact and being intentional about the rest of the week, man. This is where at, y'all. Drop it in, man. Drop in what city, what state, where you chiming in from, your name. Let me know if you're watching this on the live, you're watching the replay. So I know, man. Let me know what's going on out there. We're going to get it popping, man. Going to give everybody a couple minutes to jump on. Yeah. Let's go, man. In August, we getting into that fall season, man. It's my favorite time of year, man. I love the fall. You got the change of weather and also football starting. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Birds. We're going to get it popping again this year, y'all. Give everybody a minute to jump on, man. We're going to get it popping today, y'all. Again, man, drop what city, what state. Drop it in the chat, man, your name, all that good stuff. Let me know if you're coming in live, you're coming in on the replay. Let it be known, y'all. And today we're going to get into the purpose series for Mondays, man. We're going to talk about that you built that empire, but that ain't it, man. It's time to build the assignment. The empire don't mean nothing if the assignment ain't being fulfilled, man, if you're ignoring that assignment. So we're going to get into it, though, man, because I believe pressure is proof that you're close to purpose. I believe that misalignment, creating a success, is the most dangerous place a high performer. But I also believe something. I believe that the most dangerous moment in a leader's life, it ain't the rock bottom. Everything looks right, but still feels wrong. It's when the numbers are hitting, but your spirit's missing. When everyone needs to glow, but they don't feel that hollowness under it. That hollowness is lonely. It sucks. It's not a way to live life. That's when you stop checking in with God and you start trusting the machine that you built. That's when you mistake peace for productivity. That's when you confuse discipline with destiny. And that's when you think, I must be in purpose because I'm no longer in pain. But let me tell you, there's a deeper pain. The one you feel in your spirit when you know that you're still hiding. That pain is deep. That shit hurts when you know that you're playing beneath the assignment because you're still addicted to the identity that got you the applause. But guess what? That identity, it robbed you of alignment. Let me take you back to a time where the rebuild made me dangerous, but the alignment was off. After the overdoses, after the rehab, after the needle, after the hospital bed, after I asked God why he spared me, not once, but multiple times, I ended up getting sober after that. Got sharp, focused, and I went back into the financial industry. That was the world I knew, comfortability. And guess what? I started raising more capital than I ever did before. I started making more money than I ever did when I was using drugs. I wasn't just back. I was reborn. I was on fire, laser focused. My energy was different. My character shifted. And I took my skill set to a whole new level. And I did it sober. And that's when I realized something powerful. I realized it was never the drugs that made me more. It was never the chaos that made me. It was never the money that made me matter. But in me, it was from my high source that I call God. It was always God. And God had given me a talent that I couldn't take. And let me be clear. I call God, suppose my call it the universe, the hidden intelligence, whatever you believe. Understanding that belief in something greater than yourself to help you unlock your fullest potential. That's the important key. And God gave me that. So I built again. I built a multi-million-dollar business. I built it so. I built it on purpose. I had relationships that were tight. No more, no more hustling for validation. It became manageable. For the first time in my life, I wasn't trying to escape the day. I was showing up in it, fully present. I was praying. I was working. I was winning the game. It felt like I was finally peaceful. And I lived in that space for a few years. I thought, man, this is the purpose that I prayed for. How could it not be? I was successful. I was sober. I was leading people. I was out there making impact. I was coaching and I was training people how to raise money, helping people grow their portfolios, giving back to communities. On paper, I was the motherfucking man. But I started to feel that plateau. Not in my income, not in my performance, but I felt it in my spirit. I'd be sitting in these boardroom meetings doing 7-8 figure deals. And in the back of my mind, I'd hear a whisper. God saying, this ain't it, son. This ain't what I saved you for. And it started with a tug. Then it became a pull. And then the voice became louder and I couldn't ignore it. And he said, you're grateful, son? But why are you still hiding? Why are you still avoiding the purpose that I created you for? Why are you still not showing what it is that I gave you? One morning I was journaling and I broke down. For God's sake, in my life, there wasn't enough thank yous to express it. Not just for the overdoses, but all the invisible saves as well. All the nights I drove home and don't remember how I made it back. All the hotel rooms where I should have been found dead. All the deals I walked into fully broken. But somehow I still closed those deals. All the times that I should have been arrested, exposed, buried. Come on, man. Those ain't coincidences. Those are God incidences. And I remember saying it out loud with tears coming down my eyes. And I said, God, how can I ever give this all back to you? How do I honor you with this second shot at life? How do I serve in the same intensity I used to self-destruct? And I heard it clear, firm, undeniable. God told me, you know that story that you got inside? The story that I saved your life to create? The story that don't belong to you. I didn't give you that story for you to hold it inside. You hold that story inside, you're just being selfish. I gave it for you so you can go create impact for it. And man, that shit hit me like a ton of bricks. And that's when I said, enough's enough. I'm not going to argue with the man upstairs because I ain't going to win that battle. I couldn't just be successful. I had to be surrendered. And that's when my coaching and speaking platform was born. Not because I wanted followers. Not because I wanted some big, huge stage. Not because I couldn't sit on a... It was because I couldn't sit on a gold mine of pain, a gold mine of redemption and purpose, and just keep it to myself. But keeping it 100, answering that call, nah, that shit wrecked me. See, I had to walk away from guaranteed money, a world where I was respected, an industry that I already mastered, a version of me that looked unshakable on paper. And I had to walk into vulnerability, imposter syndrome, learning how to build an email list, studying algorithms, stumbling through these webinars and getting roasted by my own self-doubt. You see, I went from raising 9 figures and making 7, 8 figures to Googling how to build a damn lead magnet. I'll be real with y'all. There were days that I looked at speakers who were already crushing the game, the icons, people that were mentors to me, the ones with bestsellers, big brands, massive followings, and I think, damn, I'm not these dudes. I don't sound like that. I don't look like that. Nah, man, maybe this game ain't for me. Maybe this ain't my lane. And that imposter syndrome, it tried to creep in real heavy. Because I wasn't the polished guru. I didn't come up through the personal development pipeline. I came through hell. I came from the ashes. I came from a rock bottom. I came from fucking my life up. But then I realized I wasn't supposed to be them. I wasn't built to copy. I was built to disrupt an industry. God didn't save my life so I could play polite in an industry full of surface talk and success theater. Nah, he raised me to flip the table, to call out the masks. He raised me to awaken the ones who plateaued in their purpose, to speak with the kind of power that you don't just motivate, it rebuilds souls. I'm not here to be next to him or her or anybody. I'm here to be the first and only Joe Rivera, the motherfucking comeback king. And this industry, it ain't ready for that kind of obedience. Never forget, man, I was on stage, raw, vulnerable, heart wide open, telling my story to a room full of strangers who looked just like I did. And I watched that audience shift. I watched men sit forward. I watched women cry. I watched the weight drop off people who hadn't taken deep breaths in years. After one of those events, some dude came up to me and he said, bro, I didn't come here to cry today. I haven't cried in over 10 years, but you spoke to a part of me that I thought was dead. And in that moment, I felt it, that euphoria, that rush. But it wasn't artificial. It wasn't borrowed. It wasn't chemical. That shit was purpose. And that hit. And that right there, that feeling beats any drug that I've ever known. A lot of people ask, why do I do this? I don't do it just to motivate. I galvanize. I give people a soul check. I strip away the mask. I hand them the hammer to rebuild. Because I don't just want your resume stacked. Nah, I want your legacy in alignment. I want you got to understand, surface level success means nothing if your soul's still starving. And starving souls, they don't leave legacies. Here are 5 signs that you're living off the path of purpose. Number 1, you feel a low grade emptiness, even while you're winning. Success is happening, but fulfillment isn't. You're showing up in rooms with a smile, but your spirit is starving. Number 2, you're constantly in motion, but you're rarely in flow. You're checking the boxes, but nothing feels sacred. Your grind has momentum, but no mission to it. Number 3, you're afraid to admit what you really want because it would require letting go of who they think you are. You've outgrown your title, your brand, you've outgrown the platform, but you're still clinging because you're waiting for applause. Number 4, you've convinced yourself your content, but it's really spiritual negotiation. Let me say that one more time. You've convinced yourself that your content, but what it really is spiritual negotiation. You call it peace, but it's comfort disguised as compromise. You don't lose your fire. You just silenced it under responsibility. Number 5, and this one is vital. You've mastered your current environment, but you still feel like a ghost in that environment. You're respected, but you're not lit up. You're showing up, but you're not expanding. You're existing, but you ain't evolving. Without evolving, you ain't gonna be living in purpose. It's impossible. You got to continue to evolve to be able to walk and live in your purpose. Because this purpose thing, it's a messy playpen, and you got to keep growing through it. Now, look, this ain't some fluffy journal prompt we're about to do. This is surgery for the soul. I want you to ask yourself, where in your life are you productive but not purposeful? You're closing deals, but secretly you resent the business that you built. You're leading a team, but you can't remember the last time you felt led. You're out there showing up for everyone except your own damn calling, man. That ain't a way to live life. And I want you to ask yourself, what version of you are you still performing? And just to stay protected. Maybe you're still the provider, afraid to pivot careers because your identity is tied to stability. Maybe you're the tough one in your family, so you never tell them that you feel lost. You're never able to be vulnerable. You're the respected exec or entrepreneur, so nobody sees you secretly craving that reinvention and really wanting to be able to reforge your life. And what truth are you afraid to admit because obedience will cost you comfort? Maybe you've outgrown your industry. I've been there, but you know what? It pays too well, so you're afraid to walk away. I've been in those shoes, man. Don't walk away from purpose. Don't be afraid to walk into your purpose and walk away from what isn't purpose. Maybe you know you're called to speak, write, lead, but you haven't started yet because it might fail. Or you feel disconnected from your current role because you'd rather numb the void than rebuild from scratch. And who are you comparing yourself to that you were never called to mirror? You scroll and compare your voice to the polished experts instead of honoring how your raw, real power. You watch others lead movements and wonder if it's enough, forgetting that your assignment isn't their template. You've silenced your own message because it doesn't feel like, come on, stop embarrassing yourself. When you're walking purpose, your message is going to shine. It's when you start, it doesn't trend, it doesn't shine. And finally, what would your life look like if it was built around your burden? Not just your brilliance. What if your pain that you became the plot built on? Well, what if your story wasn't just, but it was harvesting impact? You see, these aren't just reflections. These are recalibrations, because if you don't reforge your alignment, your assignment is going to stay buried beneath the performance. If this hit right here, that means something sacred inside you still alive. That means your higher source, whether you call it God, the universe, the infinite intelligence, whatever you believe, your creator ain't done with you. That means it's time. It's time that you built your empire. But now it's time to build the damn assignment, the assignment that you were created for. If you're tired of success that slowly drains your spirit, if you're ready to rebuild from alignment, not just from performance, if you know that you've been negotiating with your calling long enough, then this is for you. I'm opening up a few Reforge reactivation calls this week. Private, one-on-one, purpose-driven. This ain't therapy. This is war against the version of you that won't move. DM the word Reforge, REFORGE, and my team's going to send you out a link to apply for the call. This ain't for the procrastinators. It ain't for the second guessers. This is for the people who know that they were chosen to do more with their life. Because this ain't just another Monday. This is the one that could change everything. DM the word Reforge, and let's change it together, y'all. Stay productive, stay profitable, stay blessed, y'all. And most importantly, y'all, stay purposeful out there. Enjoy the rest of your day, y'all. I'll see y'all next time, man.